Hi everybody, so today I'm going to be showing you how to create some super cute packaging stickers for your packages. So I'm going to be showing you how to create your stickers in both Procreate and pull them into Cricut Design Space, as well as printing using your thermal printer and creating some super cute stickers that you can be using on your packaging as well using Canva. So I'm going to show you how to create this decal right here. So let's go ahead and go back to home here. To start, obviously, you want to make sure that you have the Procreate app. And if you're brand new to this altogether, I do have another tutorial on my channel that shows you how to make a tumbler decal. And that kind of goes through the step-by-step of Procreate, a little bit more in depth than we're going to go into today. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the Procreate app, and we're going to go to my gallery. And the first thing I'm going to want to do is I am going to select or create a canvas. So as you guys know, I already have a bunch of canvases already created based on sizing and things that I like to use when I'm creating different projects. So what I would encourage you to do is set up a new canvas if you don't have the many canvases that I have. And what I typically like to work with when I'm making stickers is I don't like to make and use anything bigger than a 6x4. You could certainly use something bigger and just scale it down, but I like to just make it a little bit smaller just because I know that my sticker obviously is not going to be a large 12x12 image. So I'm gonna go ahead and change this to inches, and I'm gonna do a 6x4 canvas, and I'll just change this to stickers. Then I'm gonna click create, and now we have that canvas open in front of us. So the first thing you're gonna wanna do is you're going to wanna download these two fonts that I have. We're gonna be adding some text today, and we're gonna do this super cute, don't worry, she won this sticker, perfect for those packages right before the holiday season. So the two fonts that you're going to want to make sure that you've downloaded, and I'll put them up on the screen here, is this Donut Retro Special, as well as Christmas Mint. Both can be found on the Creative Fabrica website, and I'll have those linked down in the description box so you can download those and get those uploaded into your Procreate. So we're going to start with the Donut Retro Special, and I'm going to change the color to black so we can obviously see our canvas or our letters here, and I am going to type in don't worry. Okay, and so I have don't worry, and then I'm going to go to my layers here, and since I already have don't worry, again, remember, whenever you add text, it opens up in another layer, so you don't have to worry about clicking and adding a new layer. But for this, I'm just going to swipe to the left, I'm going to duplicate that, and I'm going to use the second don't worry. I'm just going to move that with my little cursor tool there, and I'm going to edit that to say this. And then I'm just gonna place that kind of in this general area and make that a little bit bigger. I'm also gonna go back to the don't worry and make that a little bit bigger as well. When I'm working in these smaller canvases, I do try and take up a pretty large portion of the canvas on here. Not the entire thing. Obviously, I don't need to do the whole space that I'm working with here, but I do like to take up a good portion of that when I am working in Procreate. Okay, so I'm gonna center that slightly. Okay, so now that I have those kind of placed where I want them, I am gonna go ahead and combine layers. Now, I told you guys in my last tutorial for Procreate, you don't have to go ahead and merge your layers together. You certainly can do this at the end, but because I already know I'm gonna be adding some color over top of this, I'm gonna merge them now so I don't have to play with it later. So I'm gonna go ahead and merge those now just to save myself a step. We're gonna go back to the wrench tool, and we're gonna add text again. And this time we're gonna change the text by just, it's already highlighted, we're gonna select the letters there, and we're gonna go to the Christmas Mint font. And for this, we're going to put she won, okay? I'm gonna go back to my cursor tool here, and I'm gonna make this a little bit bigger, but I'm also gonna move it up a little bit. Okay, so now that I have this kind of placed right where I want it, the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to my layers. So when you open your canvas, you already get an automatic layer that kind of defaults on top of your background color, which is just literally something to put behind it. So what I'm gonna do is move the layer, which is layer 1 when you open your canvas. I'm gonna move that over top of the Don't Worry This section, because we're actually going to color this and change the color of the font, okay? So I wanna make sure that I'm on layer 1. So nothing is gonna happen to She 1 because that's not even affected by this, but we're gonna do a little bit of a clipping mask of some gradient colors on top of the Don't Worry in this section. So I'm gonna go to my color swatches, and I have this cute mystical palette that I pulled from a picture off of Pinterest. And I'm gonna use like these 3 purple colors here. So I'm gonna start with the lightest purple, and I'm gonna change my brush to a monoline brush. You can change it to whatever brush you want that's gonna create some really clean brush strokes. And I'm just gonna go kind of over the top portion. Again, I don't need to cover the entire canvas with these 3 colors, but I do want to make sure that I am covering most of the Don't Worry and this, okay? So I feel like that is probably enough for that. Then we're gonna go in with the next color. We're still on the same layer. We're still on layer 1, okay? And we're going to color in the next section here as best we can. Cover it up till about halfway of this probably, so that each section of letters kind of has 2 colors in them. Okay, and then we'll go in with the final color, which is this darker color here, and we'll just finish coloring the rest. Okay, perfect. So now I'm gonna go up to my little magic wand here, and I'm gonna select Gaussian blur, and I'm just going to move my pen from left to right until I get a blurred gradient that I like. So I'm good with, we'll go with that. I'm at about 17%, but what I've noticed here is I can start to see the black outline of my letters. To make sure that this gets covered entirely, I'm gonna go back to my little mouse tool, and I'm just gonna stretch this a little bit. I'm gonna stretch this just a little bit outside of my canvas to make sure that I don't see the outline. Otherwise, it's gonna create a little bit of white. It's gonna pull that white into there, and I don't want that. So once I'm done with that, I'm gonna go back to my layers. I'm going to click on layer 1, and it's gonna bring me this drop down. I'm gonna click clipping mask, and that is going to basically secure that color gradient on top of the words Don't Worry and This. Okay? So just like that. Okay, so final step for this that we're going to do is I'm gonna merge these 2 layers now. I'm pretty satisfied with how all of this is together, so I'm gonna merge everything together, except for the background color. We're gonna turn the background color off because we are going to upload this as a PNG file. So we wanna make sure that this doesn't have anything behind it that's going to then cut out this whole rectangle square thing that we're working with here. So turn off that. And then the very last thing we're going to do is I'm going to do 1 more layer on top. We're gonna move that below, and we're gonna change the color to white. And we're gonna do an outline around this. So you get that really pretty like white outline of like a sticker around the outside. And that is what your Cricut is going to cut, okay? So I'm gonna zoom in just a little bit, and I'm taking my monoline brush. I'm gonna make it a little bit smaller because obviously I don't need it that big. And I am just going to do my best to kind of close, but not so close together, kind of go around this. The one thing to think about and remember is that all the little divots and bumps that you're creating with your brush here, that is going to be what Cricut cuts, okay? So you wanna be mindful that you don't do a whole bunch of like squiggly bumpies, because if you do, then Cricut's gonna take so much longer to really cut out that sticker, so to speak. So just be mindful, try and get and keep as steady as you can not doing too many bumpies, but also obviously making sure that you have enough space around this sticker portion all the way around, meaning that you're not too far in some sections versus others, etc. Okay. So we're gonna do that till we get all the way to the other side here. Almost there. Go up a little bit here to meet that, and bam. Okay. So now I have this outline. All I'm gonna do is take my white now. I'm gonna take my cursor. Oops, changed it to a different color, just kidding. We're gonna take that and drag and drop that color right into the center, and that's going to color in this entire sticker section here, okay? So that is literally all we're gonna do to create our sticker. So now all I have to do is go back to the wrench tool. I'm gonna go to share now, and I'm going to share this as a PNG so that the background is still transparent, okay? Once I export it, I'm gonna save it as an image in my iPad, and then we're gonna take you over to Cricut Design Space, and I'm gonna show you how I size these and get these ready for print and cut. All right, so now we're in Canva, and I want to show you guys how you can make some really cute stickers to go on your packaging using your thermal label printer. So I have a Munbin thermal printer, and I've had it for almost a year now, and typically I use it to print my shipping labels, but you can actually use this as well to print little cute stickers to go on the outside of your packaging, and you can buy different size labels through Amazon, you know, through wherever you've purchased your thermal label printer. So we're going to do this cute little snap and share image that I created in Canva, and I'm going to show you exactly how I did that. So if we go back to home in Canva, and I do have the pro version of Canva, and you don't have to have that. You can certainly use any of the free pieces of Canva and still be able to create something super cute. So we're going to go to create design, and we're going to go to custom size. So if you scroll down here, you'll see that they have custom size. Now I have mostly used this size I'm about to show you right here is the 2.25 by 1.25 inch square label stickers. So that's what I use for my snap and shares or for my handmade stickers, and it's the perfect size to go right on top of your packaging. So I'm just going to click on whatever I have here, but what you would do if you don't already have this saved, since it's something I've recently used, you just could change this to inches and then again put in your width and height there. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the size that I need, and it's going to bring up this canvas here, which is the exact size that I want. If I want, I can rename it. I can say snap and share sticker. That way I know what it is. And now we're going to go into designing this. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to grab more of a header sticker here, and I'm going to place this kind of up towards the top here. And this is going to say snap and share. Snap and share. Okay, so we're going to change the font. So when you have the pro version of Canva, you get a lot of different choices when it comes to different fonts that you can use. Some come with the free unpaid version, and then there are additional fonts that come with the paid version. I've already uploaded a couple of fonts that I like to use or did use for this particular sticker we're going to be using today. So that's what I'm going to go ahead and do. And again, all of the fonts that I have and use typically are from Creative Fabrica. So I'm going to use the Better Together font, and I'm going to increase the size quite a bit here until I just kind of feel satisfied. I also don't really like how far apart these words are, so I'm going to see if I can shrink this just a little bit. Not a whole lot, but a little bit. Increase the size a little bit more. And that looks pretty good. Okay, so now I have snap and share, and now I'm going to go ahead and go to the elements, and I'm going to look for a camera clip art. So the one thing to think about and remember when you are using Canva and when you're making your thermal label printer stickers is that these are only going to print black. So you can't use any sort of color whatsoever on these. So you want to make sure that whatever you're putting on your stickers that are going to be printed with your thermal label printer, that it looks good in black. So we're just going to use this right here. It's a cute little camera. Just kind of adjust things until you feel that it looks and is placed well. I'm going to go back to text and we're going to do a subheading this time. And for this, we're going to say, post a picture of your item and tag us on social media. And of course, we're going to change the font here. So I'm just going to highlight that and we'll change the font. Let's do it this Hello Christmas font, but we're definitely going to increase the size a little bit. Let's also do my line spacing is a little bit far for me. So we're going to make that a little bit smaller. And let's widen the box so it only fits on 2 rows. Now I'm just going to kind of play with this just so that it all just looks like it cohesively goes together. But again, you can do whatever you kind of wish with this. However you want to place things is completely up to you. Just be mindful. Obviously, we want to stay within this rectangular banner we're using. And so now I'm going to do another subheading. And this is what is going to be my handle. So at Lysha Be Creative. And I'm going to go with another kind of font that I do like quite a bit. And we're going to go with the Sweet Home Regular. Again, another downloaded font that I use. And again, you can do this however you choose. Obviously, this is not the exact replication of the original sticker that I showed you, but this is so simple and easy to be able to do. The other thing I want to do is I want to add some of my social media, like the, I want to add, the different social media handles. So all you have to do is go into the search bar for elements and you would just search like Instagram clip art. Or Instagram logo, let's say Instagram logo black, right? Because I want it to be, I want it to be black. Might help if I could spell that correctly. And that shows up black. And then I can just size this however I wish to right there in the front. We can do the same for Facebook, right? Because maybe someone doesn't have Instagram, they have Facebook. I also have Facebook. So again, we're just going to take that. Let me push this to the back. We're going to take that Facebook and we're going to size it, make it smaller so that it fits. Move these down a little bit. And then my last one, of course, is going to be TikTok because I'm also on TikTok. Let's see, we'll do this one. And we'll put this one down over here. I want to make sure that this is the same size as this. And then we'll just line it up so it fits there. So this is what my sticker is looking like so far. And then maybe the last thing I want to add is let's add some hearts for fun. And so with the hearts, we want to make sure that they are solid or, see-through, but that I can change the color on them to black. So I typically wouldn't want to use any of like the ones that are animated. So I'm just going to choose, let's just choose this heart. And we're going to change it to black so it matches everything else. And once again, let's just send this to the back so I can get to this. And then you literally can just size these however you want. You can, twist them and make them fun. And I'm just going to duplicate this and put this on the other side. Okay, so let's say that that is all I want to do. So I am done with this, and the next thing I'm going to do is I want to download this. So I want to click share, click download, and I'm going to download this as a PNG because that's just typically always what I download it for, or as I should say. And we're going to download this with a transparent background so that it doesn't attempt to print the background. Obviously, your thermal label printer typically wouldn't print a background, even your normal printer, since it's white, unless you have a white toner printer. But I like to just download it as a transparent background. It just makes things a little bit easier in case I want to use this for something else and maybe put it on a card or something that I would print through Vistaprint. So I'm going to go ahead and download that to my desktop here. Let's open up the image. And so now when I go to print this, all I'm going to do is change my printer, of course. Got your printer selected. I had to change it to portrait so that the image would show up correctly. And then we have our label paper shown here. So then all I'm going to do is I'm going to print 50 or so of these, and then these are all going to get printed on my label printer. So I'll show you that right here. So these are the stickers that I purchased from Amazon. These are specifically for my Mun Bin printer. So I have 2-inch circle stickers, and then I have those rectangular stickers that we're going to be using to print my snap and share stickers using my thermal label printer. So we're going to go ahead and get these set into my printer now. So this is my printer. I'm just going to remove the 4x6 shipping labels that I typically use for printing my labels when I ship packages out. We're just going to remove the plastic, of course, and the tape that connects the whole roll, and then we're just going to feed this through. There's 2 like little black spacers that just help secure the paper. So just like you would have in your normal printer, you are just going to secure those around the paper that you're putting in there, and then you can close up the top. You're going to want to make sure though that your paper is over that little black roller, which is towards the front of the printer. That way, once you close it, the printer will automatically feed a few through. What I love about using my thermal printer versus using my regular printer is that you don't have to do anything as far as replacing ink. Thermal printers are done with a special paper and heat, and that is literally what transfers the image onto this special paper. So it's perfect because you never have to replace the ink. You literally can use it forever until it kind of just goes kaput. So all I did was, after I fed the paper through, I just ended up hitting print, making sure that this was set to the correct size and on the image that I was using. I ended up printing about 700 stickers, and I still had more of the roll to go. And so I just wrapped everything back in the same roll to keep it all nice and secure, so I could easily just kind of put it on my shipping table and be able to peel the stickers from there. But this is definitely something that I would encourage you to invest in. It's great for shipping labels. Again, not having to worry about ink is a total plus. Okay, so now I'm going to walk you through how we are going to get our stickers ready to be print and cut. So I've already uploaded my stickers into Design Space. So now I'm just going to open that file. And all of my stickers here have now populated. So the one thing about Cricut Design Space is that it only prints a certain size. So we're going to start with our sleigh mail stickers, and they all come in a little bit large, because I use that 4x6 sized canvas to kind of start with. And so what I know for sure that I want is that I don't want my stickers to be any larger than, let's see what it looks like at 1 inch. 1 inch is probably too small, but let's do 1.5 inches. That should be a pretty decent size. So that's kind of the size that I'm going to go with for my stickers. Again, you can make these as large or as small as you want. It's kind of just depending on, what you're going to be using them for. I'm going to make mine a little bit smaller because I know that I will be using these for more or less packaging and won't need them to be huge. So as I was talking about, Cricut does not allow you to print like a full 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. So what we're going to do in order to see and maximize the amount of stickers we can fit on one canvas is I'm going to grab a shape, grabbing a rectangle, and I am going to unlock this here. I want to make this 6.75 by 9.25. It's definitely something around that. I'm pretty sure it's this. I'm going to make this white as well, just so that I can see this a little bit better. I'm going to reduce the size of what I'm looking at, and we're going to use the sleigh mail stickers first. So I have 3 different sticker papers that I'm going to be printing and cutting these on. So we're going to start with the sleigh mail ones. First thing, I want to bring it forward, so let's bring it to the front. And I am going to duplicate this multiple times, and we're going to kind of get these placed on here how best they'll fit. We want to make sure that we get a pretty decent amount of stickers on this sheet, because obviously we want to maximize how much of the sticker paper we're actually going to be using. There are plenty of different ways to do this. This is not the only way. I know some people will kind of, duplicate one row and then just duplicate that row over and over. I kind of just like to do it manually, because sometimes you can fit a couple extra stickers into like the crevice and corner of things. And for the sake of what I'm doing, I'm only going to print 1 sticker on each paper. On each brand of paper, I should say. But if I was going to be printing all of these at the same time, this space right here would be a perfect place to put some of my smaller stickers, which could still potentially fit in those sections if I just kind of, twisted them and rearranged them to fit in that space, maybe vertically versus going horizontally. So let's duplicate these a couple more times. And so I think this is about all I'm going to be able to fit on this sheet of paper here. Probably just these last 2 stickers as I move my whole canvas around. These 2 last stickers, and that's probably all that's really going to fit. I don't really think I'll have any other space for anything else. I might be able to fit maybe 1 or 2 more, but I'm not going to try and squeeze it. And I don't want to make my stickers any smaller than this, because I still want them to be rather decent sized stickers when we go to put these on our packaging. So I'm going to duplicate the exact same thing with the other 2 stickers, and then we are going to go over and get these printed, and then obviously use the print and cut feature on Cricut. So once I finished maximizing the amount of space for each of the 3 sticker sheets, I'm going to send this to my printer, then to Cricut, and I'm going to put this in the sticker settings with more pressure. So these are the sticker papers we're going to be using. This one I picked up from Amazon. It's Lazy Drop. It's a matte vinyl sticker paper. I'm also going to be using Koala's inkjet vinyl sticker paper, which I used in my Freshie tutorial. And this is also in matte. And then the final one is HTV Ront, which is actually a clear sticker paper, but this one has a 2-part process. So you print on one sheet, and then you have a cover sheet that kind of goes over top to sort of seal in your stickers. And so I'll walk you through that process and how that works here as well. So the first 2 sticker papers worked really well. I was able to get them removed, and now I'm going to show you how I use the HTV Ront sticker paper. So again, this is a 2-part section, so you have to print on one. Again, this is clear sticker paper, and then you use this top sheet to sort of seal in the sticker altogether. So you also could do this with your matte vinyl ones, your matte sticker papers as well, and you could use just simple contact paper, which you can actually pick up from the Dollar Tree to seal in your stickers if you wanted more of a waterproof sticker look. Because these are just going on packaging, and I really don't mind if obviously they get a little wet in transit. That's perfectly fine. I'm not really too picky about that, but that's also an alternative if you are looking to make stickers to maybe sell, or make stickers as maybe freebies that you put in your packages, and you want to make them more waterproof or better sealed. You definitely could go either this route with the HTV Ront 2-part process for the sticker paper, or do contact paper over your matte sticker paper like the other 2 products that I used today. So essentially what you do is you just put this cover sheet or carrier sheet over top before you put it back into your Cricut to have the Cricut cut out all of the individual stickers. This one gave me a bit of a hard time, and when I used this originally, I definitely did not have as much of a tough time, but for whatever reason, this was a little bit difficult to get to print, so I ended up having to go around with like a marker in order to get the the printer, or get the Cricut rather, to even read the registration marks. So that was a little bit difficult. And even though I used more pressure, I also had a hard time getting some of these stickers to come undone and out. Like the other ones came out so nicely, I could just remove that top sheet and literally all of them were just still stuck to the, you know, the mat. This one was a little bit more difficult and I had to play with it a little bit more. I still think they came out nice, but I definitely think that if I'm going to go with sticker paper, I probably would go with the other two brands specifically for my packaging stickers. So I'm not going to make you watch me fight with this any longer, but let's go ahead and take a look at how these stickers turned out and look. All right, so just kind of a final look at all the stickers. So this was the Lazy Drop ones I did with the sleigh mail. I really liked these. They came out really cute. I definitely think that I'll definitely be using this paper again. Here's this just up on a bag that I just kind of had and how it might look on a package. And then next we have the koala sticker paper, which you guys know I use for my Freshie tutorial. So I already loved this paper. I really do enjoy koala brand paper. I've never had an issue with them. And so I really did enjoy these cute little Happy Mail stickers as well. And then of course, finally, the third paper that I used was the HTV Romp printable vinyl sticker in transparent. And although I think these came out cute, I don't know that it's probably the sticker paper that will be for me as far as it goes for my stickers for packaging. So that one came out okay, but you know, probably not my favorite of the three printable stickers paper that we used. And then of course, definitely my favorite were the ones that came from my thermal printer. These are super cute, super easy. You do all the design work in Canva or even Procreate and bam, you have these cute stickers that print out almost instantly. So I hope that you guys enjoyed today's tutorial. I know it was a super long one, but I hope it was super helpful for you in creating your cute packaging.